Alright guys, welcome back to the Quaking Punch. My name's Mark. By overwhelming demand, this week we are going to be playing Speed Entei. This is a deck that really took City Championships by storm. Breakpoint didn't really do a whole lot for the deck, but I think seeing a lot of Greninja break might actually change the way that this deck will actually be played in terms of like how much usage it'll see. But Greninja Break is extremely inconsistent, so maybe you won't see it that much. I don't know, but this deck probably can't beat Greninja Break, but it's still a really fast deck, and this is the build I've been playing around with, and I'm sure we're going to change it a lot throughout the week, but just for start, basics, the card that we're going to be using most here is Entei. What makes Entei really good is it's got 130 HP, which is not bad for just a basic non-EX, so it's only a single prize, but Theta Double, where it can have 2 tool cards attached to it at any time. Flame Screen, 30 damage. Damage done to it during your opponent's next turn is reduced by 30. Heat Tackle, 130. Any damage done to it is, well, Flip a Coin Tails does 30 damage to itself, which can be kind of a pain. But for backup attacker, we do have an Embor EX, 150 for the 4 energy, plus the 40 here. You can use the Charizard, but I feel like using some breakpoint cards, so we're going to use the Embor EX. This really isn't, like, you don't really want to use this unless you kind of have to, but it's nice to have that backup there for the 150. And discarding the 2 energy is not a big deal. The deck does play 4 Shaman. You have to go fast with this deck. This deck is speed. And then I played a Jirachi just to combat the special energy reliant decks, Night March, things like that, Toad Tina, anything that could give us a hard time. So with this deck here, this build, I am running Fighting Fury Belt. We will switch to the Assault Vest halfway through the week, and then we'll see what we liked better. But I want to try Fighting Fury Belt, because if we can get a 210 HP Entei on the board, that'd be pretty solid, I think. But Assault Vest has merits as it decreases damage. Fighting Fury Belt, you will miss a lot of knockouts, but you do have a lot of damage potential, or HP potential, rather. So we'll have to see what the trade-off is, but you're going to be if you take the Assault Vest attachment anyways, you are doing less damage, so we'll see how that trades off. Just to go through the build real quick, 3 Acro Bike for speed, 3 Battle Compressor for speed. Really, you're going to want to get Fire Energy into your discard and Blacksmith them on. Attach 2 Fire Energy for discard pile into one of your Pokemon. Now, because Blacksmith is going to be the supporter you're going to play almost every turn, I am running 3 Pokemon Catcher in the deck. I know it's not as good as Lysander. If you notice, we do have 1 Lysander in the deck, but if you're playing Blacksmith, you need the Catcher to then pull up something if you want to take a knockout on it, because you can't play the Blacksmith and the Lysander. So Catcher's kind of good in this deck. Professor's Letter, just to search out energy should you need to make a manual attachment. 3 Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker. Those are standard. We're going to play Scorched Earth just to help us get Fire Energy into the discard and for draw power, so that way we can Battle Compressor, or I'm sorry, Blacksmith onto the active. We do play an Eco Arm to get back tool cards, because this deck is very reliant on tool cards. If you notice, we play 7 of them: 3 Fighting Fury Belt, 4 Muscle Band. One thing you can even tinker around with too is the mixture of Fighting Fury Belt and Assault Vest, but Muscle Band, I feel like you really need the Muscle Bands to hit the 170. So I wouldn't recommend doing any less than 4 Muscle Band in this deck, and then you kind of have a few things to tool around with here in terms of like the Fighting Fury Belt, Assault Vests, things like that. But this is the build I'm playing around with. We'll make some changes. If you notice there's changes I should be making, like, I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. Let me know in the comments. We'll make some changes to the decks. I really like your input on it, but this is just the build I've been tinkering around with. I played with it for a little bit a couple weeks ago. Haven't really done much to it since, except for swapping out the Assault Vests for the Fury Belts. Okay, I didn't want to print it. I want to save it. There we go. So let's hop on the ladder. Let's see what we could do with it. It's a fun deck. It's a fast deck. But if your opponent gets running hot, that's where you can run into some issues. But we'll see. I really, really, really like the deck, and I really like the card. It's a really nice print. I only have one in real life. I should probably buy a couple more. I really like the card. What time is it here? Alright, excuse me. Alright, we'll take the heads, and we lose. Alright, well, we're going to have to mulligan here. Nothing we can do there. Okay. Alright, not bad. We have some room here to try. We have the VS Seeker, so if we can get a compressor off the Shamans, we can really get rolling here. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. I'm sorry. I just got to respond to my brother. I apologize, guys. Okay, so what do we got going on here? So we got a Hitmonchan. I love the art on this, by the way. This is great. I don't know if the card's any good. It's not, but... And we got a Kangaskhan EX. So if we can hit a Trainer's Mail, we're going to start... You know, I want the catcher here. Because if I can hit this thing up here, we can... oh, no, we can't 180 it, so... It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's take a look here. Alright, we'll take another Entei. We're really looking for a compressor, because if we can hit the compressor, we can start attacking for the 130. I don't really want to pass. We'll dig deep if we gotta. Alright. Yeah, we'll discard the fire energy. So there's one. Man, no compressor, huh? We'll take the Shaman. I mean, we're going to be going pretty fast this match, but we're really, really, really looking for the compressor. Bench another Shaman. It's one thing about this deck is you're going to bench a lot of Shaman and even though the Entei doesn't give up the easy prizes, Shaman kind of does. We'll Shaman for one. I mean, we just got to hope for that top deck compressor or top deck. And we didn't hit it. You might want to run 4. Might want to run 4 compressor. But I felt like 3 would be enough, but you live and you learn. You know, but my opponent really can't threaten me. He can hit me for 60, but that's like best case scenario. Do we even have anything in the discard here in terms of supporters? No. Oh, that sucks. What are you gonna do? Wow. Okay. Are we gonna lose to a Hitmonchan? I hope not. 60 damage, okay. Just get those in there. You know what we're looking for. We're getting that last Shaman. Try and hit for 3. Set up for 3. See, all 4 Shaman hit the discard. Let's get it. Let's get it. Got the Blacksmith. That's good enough. You know, we'll take the Fighting Fury Belt. We'll get that extra HP going. So right now we're doing 30, 50, 60. Well, it's not enough to do the knockout. So we'll take the Heat Tackle. And then from there, we're in a pretty good spot. Because we have the VS Seekers and the Battle Compressors. Or, I'm sorry, and the Blacksmith. So if we take the knockout here, we can always Blacksmith 2 on. And then do a flame screen. But if we top deck DCE, we don't need to do that either. I don't think he's going to be able to do much either here. I think he might be able to triple draw. Hits the heads on the birch, so he risked it for the biscuit. Dude, this is the third time today I've seen this card, this Halucha EX. I mean, this card is terrible. But for some reason, people are playing it. I don't know why. I mean, 130 HP, gives up 2 prize cards. The ability is okay, but Moonsault Stomp is like the worst attack ever. 3 energy for 100. No, thank you. It is terrible. We'll blacksmith onto the Entei down here on the bench. It doesn't really make any sense not to. Now, because we can't take the knockout with Heat Tackle anyways, it doesn't make any sense to do the damage, to risk the damage to ourselves, because then maybe he could swap in here and then do some damage somehow. So we'll go for the reduction game here with the Flame Screen. You know, we'll take the 60 damage. And we do have the Jirachi too, so... if that becomes an issue, we can always just knock its energy off of it. But I'm not even going to bother benching it. Look at the art on this Entei though. Like, it is visually striking. This is one of the best arts in the game right now, as far as I'm concerned. It's just beautiful. You know, that's one thing too that draws me to Pokemon versus other trading card games. I feel like the art and the style of the cards, bar none, are unmatched by any other TCG out there right now. I mean, if you look at, like, not to, like, call out Yu-Gi-Oh! Or anything like that, I don't have any problem with the game necessarily, but if you look at the game itself, the cards are kind of, they leave a lot to be desired aesthetically. We'll take the knockout here on this Halucha, really just kill any hopes he had at a comeback here, and then we'll take the 20 from the counterattack. That's fine. But he was gearing up to try to hit for some damage there. I mean, if you learned from anything, our episode from Friday where we got absolutely destroyed by the Togekiss, you will know that if there's a knockout, if something on the board could be a threat, it probably is. Just take care of it. Although we didn't have the ability to take care of it. But yeah, we're just basically one Heat Tackle away from destroying this thing here, and then it's game from there. I mean, he doesn't really have much he can do. He can triple draw, but then he loses. Well, I mean, he's got the healing there. We can't take the one-hit knockout, so that's fine. I mean, we don't really have to do much else but attach and pass. Now, the one thing I will say to this deck is your only form of draw power in this entire deck is Shamans and Acrobike. That's it. So you cannot clutter your bench with Entei. 1 or 2 Entei on the bench at a time is probably going to be your max, because you're going to need to hit all 4 of these Shaman. It's just the way you're going to have to do it, because you can't really Sycamore a lot because you need to have the Blacksmith. So that really is another downfall of this deck is, yes, it's really fast, but there's not a lot of draw power, and you can't play it without 4 Shamans. As far as I'm concerned, the deck needs 4 Shaman. And if it's something where 4 Shaman's going to be hard for you to obtain, I would probably look for other decks. I mean, could you play it with 3? Yes. 2? I mean, yes, you could play it, but I feel like 2, you're not going to get set up as fast as you'd like. And cards like Octillery probably won't get you there either. So that is one of the major downfalls of this deck. But outside of the 4 Shaman, it's a really cheap deck. And, you know, the thing about the Shamans are a lot of players are saying, like, how do I play without Shaman? It's just like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you're probably better off just, you know, spending the money. Me personally, I would just say spend the money. Ah, jeez. What do I want to do here? We'll take the Fighting Fury Belt. Because then we could just Lysander for a win next turn on the Halucha. Spend the money on the Shamans. You only have to do it once, and then after you have the Shamans, you could build any other deck you want, and it's not going to be a hindrance to you. I mean, the staple cards, yes, sometimes they can be expensive. However, once you buy them, you're set up. Like, I built Evil Tul's Oracleade in real life for like $30 because I had all of the shamans, VS Seekers, and all those things. So, I mean, it's like, yes, it is an initial one-time, very large buy-in, but after that, each deck's like $20-30. So it's not a huge deal. That's just my way of thinking about the game. And there's really not much my opponent can do here. He might be able to take the knockout, but we have the Lysander knockout here with our Entei down on the bench. This really annoys me, too, having this one full art shaman. I had two, but I clicked on the wrong trade a while back and accidentally traded away a full art shaman when I thought I was trading for a full art shaman. So then I had to get regular art shamans. I was looking for a 2-2 split, but alas, it did not work. So I might trade this down. I don't know. Kind of like the full art shaman, though. I play full art in real life. Maybe I don't know. The full art print's grown on me. Before I didn't even like it, but now I like it a lot. And the regular print is nice too. I mean, all the shaman prints are great. Ooh, that hurts. Not really, because we can just knock out his Halucha anyways, so it doesn't really hurt. It helps him take the KO. I don't really know what he... Give our opponent the good game, and then we'll take the heat tackle, and then we'll just win. Yeah, I should have retreated. We could have taken a clean 6-0 victory. We should have just retreated. But, that's just rubbing salt in the wound. Now we gotta choose a Pokemon to be our active. Like, we won. Why do we even have to bother with this? Alright. There we go. We're halfway there, guys. We're ahead of schedule. Halfway point would be what? You get 3 weeks, 21 days. Half of that's like a little over 10 and a half, maybe 10 days, somewhere around there. And we got 12 days left. So we are ahead of schedule by 2 days on pace to make our full art end. I'm gonna be honest with you though, this weekend I'm gonna play a lot to get there, and that's where you usually make up the bulk of your money there. We're gonna play the Jirachi first because it's got a 1 retreat cost, and then who knows, it might be useful. All right, mirror match. That's what's up. We'll put the Fighting Fury belt on it for realsies, because that way he'll have to really dig to take a knockout on it. Maybe we could stall out this game enough here with... Do we want to set up for 2? No. Let's wait to see what our top deck is. We'll pass. If he wants to attach double colorless, then he'll be in trouble. He's just going to attach the 1 fire. Let's see if he's... Oh, he's playing Tyranno. He can't go as fast as us. Cannot go as fast as us. That leaves us clear to take a knockout next turn if we can get set up here. First thing we're going to do here is we are going to do the black... We'll Battle Compressor Blacksmith and 2 fire energy. We'll play Shaman. We'll set up for 2. Come on. Scorched Earth. Here we go. We're looking for DCE. DCE pretty much wins the game. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. It's okay. Retreat to our Entei. We'll hit the flame screen. Then if he wants to flame screen next turn, our heat tackle can still win. He can muscle band, that's fine. I was really hoping to keep a Fighting Fury belt off. But you could see where having the shamans helps you go faster than your opponent. We got set up a little faster. Yeah, that's going to be a good game here. I mean, we'll do this anyways. I mean, it doesn't really hurt. Alright, and we'll acro bike here. Just to show the power of the deck, you know, we're going to take our full turn here. Do it like we normally would. Set up for 4. And we'll just heat tackle. That's game. And we hit ourselves for 30. That's the one thing you got to worry about with heat tackle is hitting yourself. Maybe you could play like protection cubes in the deck, but I feel like more damage is more beneficial than keeping damage off of your Entei. We probably got time for one more, right? Oh yeah, we got time for one more. I like to keep the episodes around 30 minutes. Ooh, playing against some water. The water. So probably Greninja Break. Greninja Break, the thing that we have that is in our favor against Greninja Break is it is very inconsistent. However, we won the coin flip. Do we want to go first? Yes. I mean, you could make the argument in this deck here to go second so you could start taking knockouts and really halt their consistency, but oh, come on. Yeah, going second here would have been better by a long shot. And we are playing Greninja Break. Oh, maybe not Greninja Break. I saw a Croconaw in there. What the hell is that? What's going on here? Oh, by the way, you guys gotta check these out, man. These sleeves, I get compliments on these sleeves all the time at cities, local like league challenges, things like that. Anytime I show up to tournament with these sleeves, it's nothing but straight compliments. You guys ready? Boom. Look at those sleeves. These substitute sleeves are legit. I get nothing but compliments on them. Wow, okay. Let's take the compressor. Because we might have to Sycamore next turn, so we're going to compress our way 2 fire energy and a Sycamore. We'll end our turn. I saw the hammers in there. I don't want to attach it just to get it hammered off. We need to Sky Return next turn to get this thing out of the active position because it's not doing us any good up there. And I don't want to, like... I mean, I guess we could have paid the retreat cost. So that's on me. We could have attached a fire and paid the retreat cost, but... I don't know. I had to attach the muscle band to it, so we might as well take the Sky Return. And plus, I want the benefit of it. I don't want to just, like... have a shaman down that's not going to do me anything. So I want the benefit of that setup. I want to be able to go fast with it. So we're going to Sky Return it and then have it for the turn after. Hopefully, we're going to have to Sycamore this hand away most likely, which is okay. We're just, only thing we're losing are blacksmiths. And we have VS Seekers for those anyways. Oh, what happened? Network communication with the server has been lost. This is like a TCGO issue all the time. My internet's fine too, so like, I don't get it, man. It doesn't make sense to me. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do we do another one? That kind of like kills it, right? Alright, we'll go long. We'll go long. You guys gotta promise me you'll watch it, though. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Alright. Gotta keep an eye on the clock. Gotta go do some stuff. Alright, perfect. Perfect. We got the DCE. We got the blacksmith. So if we can find a compressor, we are in, like, really, really, really good shape. Yeah, we can win turn 1 if we find a battle compressor here. Right? Right, so let's see if we can do it. Can we do it? Yo, let's dig deep. Alright, we got an Ultra Ball, so that'll help. Help us get the Shaman. Here it is, battle compressor. This is a GG, my man. Good game. We're him with the GG compressor. My mom's calling me on my cell phone. She used to call me on my cell phone. So we'll take the blacksmith. We'll do the whole heat tackle. And then I'm going to call my mom back after we win this matchup here. So 150 turn 1. So you can see where the power of the deck is in that matchup. Albeit, our opponent kind of donked there, which was like, it's whatever. But you're going to have those games. I can't tell you how many times I've shuffled up, drew out in my matchup, and it was a donk. And it happened to me in the Poke Beach tournament last week. Donked right out, and it was just like so frustrating to donk like that. So I don't know, it happens. You're gonna get donks. This deck can take advantage of them because you could swing hard first turn if you. I mean, you don't even need to have the perfect hand. I still had options there. If I didn't get it off the Acro Bike, I could have Shamaned. And after the Shaman, I could have maybe hit another Shaman with an Ultra Ball, or maybe I could have hit another Trainer's Mail, or more Acro Bikes just to keep digging further into the deck. So you don't really need like a perfect storm with this deck to hit those big numbers. But it is really easy to go fast. And that's what we're going to try to do. Let's see if we can even improve the speed in this deck. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know how I did with today's episode. Any changes you want to see. If you didn't check out last week's episodes, definitely check those out. Check out the TCG with Juniors from Saturday. Kylie played her fairy deck that we made some changes to, and she made fun of me a little bit for being a scrub. So, I don't know, just normal, daughter things, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, thanks again for hanging out with us in the Quaking Punch today. Have yourselves a good rest.